I am so excited about today's video. I got hundreds of submissions from followers just like you showing off their organized spaces, and today is the very first Battle of the Bugs. This is where I'm going to compare different organized spaces that are real life and show you not only their organizing style, but some amazing organizing ideas. Okay, we're starting in a beautiful kitchen. Right away, I see simplicity. So I'm gonna guess this is a ladybug or a cricket, but I can't see inside the bin, so it's really hard to tell. My gut is telling me that this is a ladybug kitchen because ladybugs are all about pretty, right? Pretty over practical, and this is an absolutely gorgeous space, but I also love the big bins for those big categories. Ah, and then we have a really visual kitchen. It's not cluttered. Oh, wait. I have to stop and show you. Did you see the mug wall? Just like a quick glimpse of all the mugs being displayed. This is a really good indication that a visual organizer lives here, but they're doing a great job with very, very minimal clutter. I love that the label's like on the side of the drawer here. This is good. Okay. It's detailed, but it isn't crazy uber detailed. My gut's saying that this is a bee's kitchen. Oh yeah, look, this looks good. Really good use of space. Under here, they've sorted like different sponges. Okay, I'm probably going with B. I know it's a visual. It could also be a very organized butterfly. But I love that they're using the inside of cabinets for additional storage, just really maximizing every square inch. I love seeing two drastically different organized kitchens. One's very, very minimal, probably a ladybug or a cricket, and then definitely visual, but it didn't look like clutter. Really, really organized, probably a bee or a very, very organized butterfly kitchen. So different ends of the spectrum, but still showing like awesome examples of organization. Okay, let's move on to a pantry. Oh, I'm seeing lots of baskets, probably a hidden organizer, and labels. This makes me very excited. Tons of great categories here. I see the cans are lined up. At first I was like, is this ladybug? Someone is meticulous. This is a cricket pantry for sure. Before we jump to the next one, I want to just talk for a second about bins and baskets. Sometimes visual organizers aren't like big into using containers. So if you looked at that and thought, oh, it'd be more effective just to put them on a shelf, not in a basket, you're probably visual. Let's check out a visual pantry right now. They're using bins and baskets, but they're clear. Oh, turntables. This is good. It is not uber detailed with everything facing front. Oh, and they've got a great basket for bread in the bottom. Oh, and they're using the door. Stop it. A shoe organizer in the door. This is a butterfly. I know it's a butterfly, but they are actually like rocking organization. This is such a great example of a very organized, visual, but laid back space. Great examples here. And using the door, they're winning. So good. I love this pantry. And it's not overly big, but they're taking advantage of every tiny spot. Let's move on to some clothing organization. And this one that I'm going to show you is particularly cool because it's actually the same house, but two kind of different organizing styles because two different types of organizers live there. So this is going to be really fascinating. You ready for this? Right off the bat, when I see somebody taking advantage of door space like this with clear shoe organizers, it's probably a visual organizer. Visual organizers intuitively almost always put things on the doors when they open them, if it's a cabinet door or a closet door, because it's visual. They can see it as soon as they open it. So my gut tells me that this is probably a bee or a butterfly. Some good organization here, leaning towards a bee. And then we've got, yeah, okay, baskets. This is probably her husband. So she's a bee and he's a ladybug. She's just tossing clothes in. We're not worried about hanging. We're not worried too much about folding. Yeah, great example of a ladybug versus a bee organization when it comes to clothing. So, so good. Okay, we are moving on to a bathroom, and this is one of my favorite spots to really show the difference in organizing styles is a bathroom. It has lots of little products and you use them every day, so they tend to get messy really easily. So let's check out some beautiful real life bathroom organization. Holy cricket, Batman! I can tell. It's so visual. You open it up and it still looks like nothing. A cricket or a ladybug lives here, but it's a little bit too perfect for a ladybug. Like they're taking time. Oh my gosh, they even made the little labels kind of hidden here. So it wasn't in their face by putting them on the front part of the little drawers here. This is so good. This is a cricket's house. A cricket lives here. Hidden labels. Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Floating shelves, multiple floating shelves, which really works for visual organizers. Everything's really visual. My gut immediately tells me that this is a butterfly space. It isn't cluttered, but they see all their important things. Everything is sorted, it's organized, but it's not uber detailed and with lots of little tiny categories. It's easy, fast, simple bathroom storage that's realistic. This screams an organized butterfly, and I love it. I'm curious in the comments below, like, which of those two bathrooms, they are stark opposites. A cricket and a butterfly represents your bathroom more. Like if you looked at your bathroom, does it look more like the crickets or more like the butterflies? Okay, we're moving on to bathroom products. Okay. Using clear containers. They're using tape as labels, which is really clever, really fast, free way. And there's a lot of categories here. They've sorted per person in the family, tons of categories, but it doesn't feel uber detailed, right? They are kind of like tossing back thing in quickly. They're not sorting the batteries when they toss them in. They're not standing up and kind of lining up all the medications. So this is what this means. This is either a laid back bee. So they are a bee. Maybe they have like a bunch of people using the space though, so it isn't crazy perfect. Or they're a very meticulous butterfly. So they've been organizing for a while, they've built up their confidence, and they've got a little more detailed in their system. But either way, this is such a good example of visual systems. And in the bottom, they're using these are magazine holders to just toss in the big stuff to keep it organized, still keeping it really visual and easy to access, but isn't like that, ball of jumbled mess on the bottom. Okay, we have another visual space. Bathroom products, less categories. This is definitely a butterfly. Ooh, but they're taking time to really roll their towels. Still, though, it's fast, it's simple, it's easy. They're not putting all their bathroom products into tons of categories. They're just using a big basket to toss all the cleaning supplies in. And they're using the door. Oh, this is smart. Yeah, good butterfly storage. I hope you really saw the difference there between it's subtle sometimes, a little bit more detailed versus a little bit more relaxed. So a bee versus a butterfly, but both like really visual storage. We're going to move on to a craft room, but there's actually some really awesome audio with this one. So I'm just going to let you hear from this follower.
I recently got rid of a sideboard after I decluttered a lot of things, so I had to find a home for some new bits in with what I keep in here generally, which is my craft and DIY bits. So quick guided tour, my power tools, which at the moment is just my sander and my drill. Then there's some tape, lots of tape, different types of tape, and different types of glue.
I'm going to pause her for just a second. This is meticulous, isn't it? Now, she's using the front of the doors, like she's opening up the doors and using them, which tells me maybe she is a visual organizer, but I definitely know she's meticulous. Great use of small space too. So she's either a cricket or a bee. I'll need a little bit more info, but I love this as a great example of very tiny space and being uber organized.
The next drawer down, or next shelf down, is this set of drawers, which has two filled with art paper and one which has all my different scissors in. The next one across, 2 boxes, and that's sewing bits, and then wood bits which I use in crafts little oddments. This is my cutting boards when I'm doing paper craft, that kind of thing. Then I've got a box with paint in and a box with ink stamps in.
Anyone want to guess here? A lot of this stuff is hidden. I've made a decision. I feel like she is definitely a cricket for sure. But let's keep going.
And this is a selection of hand tools just in plastic zip-up pencil cases.
No, she did not sort all her hand tools into different pencil cases. Calm down, cricket.
There's things like handsaw, glue gun, that kind of thing in here. This side door, angled measures, rulers, metal rulers, and then in here, tape measure, spirit level, safety goggles, rubber mallet. And on this side, just some hand tools and some paper.
That was a lot of stuff to cram into one small little cupboard. So she took a piece of furniture and she literally made it a craft cabinet using what she had. This isn't about spending a lot of money. This is just meticulous organization all day, super cricket on steroids. I love this as an example. So you can have a craft room without having to have a dedicated craft room.
This is my utility drawer in my living room. I'm in a 1-bedroom small flat, so storage is quite a problem here. This is a chest of drawers I got from a charity shop here, and I have used it to store as much as I possibly can. So,
okay, so she's in an apartment. She doesn't have obviously a shed or a garage. She's using a dresser basically as a garage, as a utility chest. Super smart use of space. Let's check this out.
You'll probably guess what type of bug I am from this, but this is the first drawer. So this is my battery recharger.
No, you didn't label every cord and put each one in a toilet paper roll, you adorable little cricket. All right, this drawer, again, using a ton of little clear pencil cases to sort all the little things. Look at all the command hooks. This is so clever. It's also a level of detail like as a ladybug I would never do, but I love this as an example. She didn't spend a bunch of money here. This is just a little cricket going crazy in a dresser, creating a utility space, and it's really smart.
And the last drawer is my linens of a sort. It's my mop heads, my napkins, my tea towels and hand towels for the kitchen. That is my utility chest of drawers.
All right, let's check out another craft space and try to guess the organizing style. I'm going with hidden. Maybe a ladybug. Oh no, not a ladybug. Not a ladybug. What in the cricket? There's crickets for days up in here. Yeah, a ladybug's not going to take the time to sort into all these little tiny categories, but I love that from the outside you don't really know, and that's the truth. When you're diagnosing someone's organizing style, you can't really tell until you look inside their little hidden spots. Okay, we have another space. It looks like a multifunctional space. So it's a spare bedroom and a crafting space, turning a cabinet into storage, taking advantage of those walls. So the back and the doors. Ooh, smart little sewing cabinet. Again, oh, meticulous person. Clear bins, using the door. This is a bee. This is a bee who's using that hidden space to create visual storage. So using the inside of the door instantly makes a closet more visual. And then these open cabinets in here and all these clear stacking bins with labels, you little bee. This is another great example of a bee craft space. Very, very organized. I'm loving these examples. Even her drawers, even her drawers. So those were 3 examples of really detailed craft spaces. I have an example of a more laid back craft space. So my own craft room is kind of organized for a ladybug, I'm going to put a link to my craft room organization in the description below if you want to check out a more laid back system. Let's move on. This is so cute. Okay, I wanted to end this with a tour of a follower's home, small space, thinking outside the box, and I also think he's just adorable. So let's take a tour and try to guess his organizing style.
And where we feed the pets. We're organized. Countertops clear. The cup I am using right now. My coffee maker. That's that. I'm a bit organized here. Did I take my medicine? I have. And even containers in the fridge.
Even containers in the fridge. We got a bee or a cricket here. This is Adrian's space. And Adrian, this is going to be tough to diagnose because it is such a small space. Not everything can be hidden if he is a cricket. I'm seeing a little bit of visual reminders, but not a ton. So I'm leaning towards cricket, but he could also be a minimalist bee. Let's keep going.
To separate everything. Here's a view of the living room. I'm a bit of a hidden micro-organizer.
Okay.
So here's my office things. Gaming is one bin because
Love the purple, Adrian. Adrian is a cricket. We've got this. Again, hidden micro and different categories for different big categories. So like office, and then within that, lots of little categories. So he's microing down. If he was like me, a ladybug, he would just have one bin for office and everything would just be thrown in there. But he's taken the time to really micro sort. He's definitely a cricket.
you can't really micro-organize much past that because I don't have a lot. My art supplies are all by category. My one book and all my journals. We have yarn, pet supplies, and blanket yarn, which is its own category. Here's my puppers. And my desk. I am watching a video on minimalism and decluttering. Funny me. And that's my box I'll be moving. That's my box of boxes. My other desk. Coming into the bedroom. I have a mattress I'm getting rid of because I'm switching to a floor mattress, which I love. This is my third desk spot where I can have my laptop as TV. I have my bedside table. And the Pluckers is back, ending this tour.
I love this. This is just a really good example of, having micro organization, but it doesn't have to look like Pinterest, right? He's using what works for him. He's got a really functional space. Love it. I wanted to end with him. And I hope you're feeling really inspired by taking a look at all these real life spaces. These are your spaces that you've sent in that you were proud of. And I love just getting a sneak peek inside your home and seeing some really cool organizing ideas. Let me know in the comments below if this helped you identify your organizing style a little more. I realized how unorganized I am. Like as a ladybug, most of you guys who are crickets and bees, you're like on steroids, way more organized than I am. So I love seeing it. If you want your organized space featured in the next Battle of the Bugs, send in a video to seemyspace@clutterbug.com. Please make sure to turn your phone sideways so it's like a horizontal and move slowly. Nobody wants to upchuck. If you're real shaky, it can make people feel carsick. Anyways, thank you so much. This was so fun. I can't wait to do it again, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for those of you who have stayed to the end. I'm saving all my funny stories because coming up September 1st, I have a 30-day decluttering challenge where I'm going to kick your butt every day for only 5 minutes. And we're going to hang out together and make your house fabulous. And I'm going to share some embarrassing stories. So make sure you stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, let's talk about the fact that it's freaking August. Where did June and July go? This is ridiculous. I released a podcast recently about like my summer bucket list, wanting to do a bunch of cool things, and I did go to the drive-in movie theater, which was awesome. The movie kind of stunk, but the experience, it was my first time ever going to a drive-in movie theater. I dragged my husband and my kids along, had a super great time, except the air mattress deflated halfway through the movie, which was not so fun, but I'm going back this weekend to see Twister. But I am curious in the comments below if you could let me know of something you've done this summer that was like worth it. Something you recommend that doesn't cost a lot of money, just something to like, it's almost over, guys. Let's make the most of it. And I want to hear some of your suggestions. Thank you guys so much. If you haven't gone to a drive-in movie theater, it was awesome. What are you waiting for? Do that this summer. And I'll see you guys next time.